In this video, I'm going to show you my live method for drawing caricatures, but I'm going to do it in studio from a photo so that you can follow along. Okay, on this one, I'm going to try to do a self-portrait. So the first thing I'm looking at is the shape of the head. I'm doing a light sketch, and basically I'm just looking for the silhouette of the head shape. So the first thing I'm noticing is the eyes are closer to the top of the head, and the bottom part of the head is wider. Got one big ear sticking out there. Okay, that's my silhouette. I'll start with the eyes. I'm sort of drawing what I'm seeing, but I'm looking for what to look for, if that makes sense. I have large eyelids, and they are sort of tucked under the brow. So I'm going to do a little line like this. I'm just drawing what I see with the eyes. We're going to add a highlight and then the pupil. A little shadow under the eyelid. Now, I'm 53 years old now, so I've got some wrinkles under my eyes, and I'm going to try to show those with one or two little lines. Now the eyebrow, the shape is it's like a sort of a square, if you can see that, with a bent angle coming off of it, and it's light. So when I'm doing light eyebrows, you can just draw the individual hairs that fit within the shape of the eyebrow. Now the bridge of the nose is narrow, so we're just indicating that for now. And now the other eye. I usually have trouble with this eye. That's something I need to work on. So I'm just going to try to draw what I see. Another heavy lid. I'm thinking about line weight. I'm not finishing the line right there because it becomes a little thinner. Drawing in the eyes, match a highlight and pupil, the shadow under the lid, the wrinkles under the eye. That's caused really by the cheek muscle here, and then the lack of cheek muscle there, so it creates a wrinkle. Eyelid. Okay. Now we're going to go for the nose. Maybe a big nose. I can exaggerate myself more than I would someone I don't know, because I'm not going to get mad at myself. I have kind of there's larger pupils here, so why not? I mean, not pupils, but nostrils. So we'll make those larger, and Next is the mouth. You can't really see my lip because of the beard, but we're gonna draw it in there anyway. Now I'm looking at the mustache. I'm looking at the basic shape of it, and I may try to solidify that shape, which will make it look a little bit more cartoony. Throw in some hairs here. Now, I did not brush the beard or trim it very well this morning, so draw this looking wild just like it is in the photo. Okay, now I'll notice I got one eye popped up a tiny bit, so I'm just going to draw a little wrinkle. You don't want to put too many wrinkles in. And this cheek maybe pops out a tiny bit, so you want to maybe add a little bit of a guideline there. And then I am going to switch to my larger marker. This large marker is called a Tombow. It's a brush marker. On one side it's felt, but it's just like a paintbrush. It's long and it's flexible. And on the other side, it's a nib, sort of like a very small Sharpie. You get small, thin lines from this side, and thick, varying lines from this side. Okay. We'll start here under the brow. Continue with a cheek muscle, and then the beard. I kind of want to stylize it. Sometimes I start with the chin. Maybe we can do that too. So there's lots of hairs flying, so rather than creating a solid line, I am dropping some separated lines that might kind of look like hairs. And I'm kind of varying where I'm drawing a solid line, but I'm breaking it up a little bit to let the viewer know that this is a hairy beard line, not a solid line. Okay, then we got the brow. Maybe bring it in a tiny bit just to kind of show. And the forehead. A little bit of crazy wild hairs. Another brow line, but I'm breaking it up. Everything doesn't have to connect and be super solid. If you break it up, you're showing soft lines. Okay. Another thing about the Tombow is you have to be careful. It's water-based ink, and so if your hand touches this before it dries, it will smear. See, I can get that to smear a little bit. If you use the right paper, though, it won't smear. But this is a sketchbook paper, and so it smears a little bit on this, so I'll have to be careful. This is another thing I need to work on is hair. I'm seeing in the photo this is kind of a straight line, and so I'm going to try to make it straighter. That's one of the things I like to do is make straight lines straighter and curved lines more curved, and put them next to each other, because I read somewhere that the Disney artists used to do that to make their art more dynamic. Now the ear. Now I'm looking at the photo. I'm looking at the ear and imagining a line across. It looks like the line comes across in this area. And so I've got the ear too high on the sketch. We'll bring it down, and it's kind of a big ear, so I could even make it bigger. Now, something our trainers at Disney World showed me is that there's no ear showing on this side in the photo. But sometimes that can look odd in a drawing, so it's totally okay to add the edge of an ear over here. It's a 3/4 view. You can't really see the other ear in the photo, but if you add it and you just look at the drawing, it looks good. And it can clear up any confusion about he only has one ear. Now we have the neck. Here's a shadow under the beard. I like to add that little shadow. I saw another artist do that on several of his drawings, and I just saw it, I liked it, and I adopted it. Now we're doing a collar. Collars are super easy. It's just boom, boom, boom. Some angled lines, and then just a line down here to suggest where the shoulders start. And then we're going to fill in the beard with the small side of the Tombow. And I'm probably going to stylize it a little bit. You don't want to create like a ladder where every mark is perfectly spaced. Like do one mark here, and then 1, 2, 3 together, then 1, and 1, 2. And I'm following what the hair kind of curves because the chin is round, and so these chin hairs will be a little curved to follow the contour of the chin. I'm going to connect the corners between the mustache and the beard here. Continue on up. I don't have to fill in every spot with hairs because it's the eye sort of suggests it for you, but you can add a few extras here. I could put in some extra wrinkles there, but I don't want to look old, so I'll leave those out. And there you have it, a self-portrait. And I've also done these, this before I had a beard several years ago. I put it on my business card. Actually, I colored this in with watercolors. I took a photo of it. And then here's my current business card. And that was done digitally, and you can tell I did this differently, where I drew the top of my head larger than the bottom of my head, and it still sort of looks like me, but it was just done from a different perspective. And that's the cool thing about caricatures. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll try to keep making these videos to be of value to you. Thank you very much. Have a good one.